Everybody, welcome back to Five Dirty Bikers. We're here to talk a little Fast Johnnie and a little Icon.
Fast Johnny's got a little icon.
Got a little icon.
Welcome back to the Five Dirty Bikers podcast.
Presented by Memphis Shades, the clear choice for custom windshields and fairings for your motorcycle. And Wild Ass Seats, stay in the saddle longer and in total comfort no matter your butt or budget.
Johnny isn't angry anymore. The fucker's fast. I mean, he makes people look fast, like not fast.
Don't blink.
I don't know about you guys, but I think those paint jobs are kind of dope. I like them a lot.
Dude, I love them.
You mean the Fast Johnny?
Yeah, the Fast Johnnie. I like them a lot.
Dope.
Do you like it on all the bikes?
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
I think my favorite is the lowrider. Believe it or not.
I'm not gonna lie, I only looked at the lowrider.
Seriously?
Yeah, I think the
It
lowrider
looks great.
Yeah, I think
You
the
don't like
lowrider
it?
I don't, but only because of those bags. I think that I don't like that. I don't like the striping on the bags. It just looks weird. If they would have just continued straight horizontal across those horrible
Yeah,
bags,
they kind of took liberties with that. I see what you're saying.
I think they're great. I think it's just I think it's another one of those things where it's kind of like the El Diablo, right? The El Diablo, I think in pictures, I don't know that it really does it justice. When we were down for the bike reveal, I went on a tour of Bluegrass, and the sales manager took me upstairs, and they had a El Diablo up there, and it just doesn't do it justice. That paint job in person is really, really good.
It's just like 120th paint. You got to see it. You got to see
Yeah.
it to really
That
get it all in.
Oh,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's probably the best looking bike I've seen in a hot minute.
The Fat Boy looked good too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it is that 120th paint is really, really good. It's got a lot of depth to it that you can't see in a paint in a picture, and then you get up close to it, and you're like, God damn, it really looks nice.
Dustin, have you seen a Fast Johnny yet?
We haven't received one. I'm hoping.
No?
I'm hoping this week we get any of these that we're going to be talking about today, whatever.
Yeah, I'd like to see one in person for sure.
Yeah, I can't
I'd like
wait
to see that.
because I want to
road
do
glide.
I want to do video and everything because it's not going to stay on the floor very long.
No.
So we'll start right here with the Road Glide.
I think the paint looks really, really good on the road glide.
It
I think
does.
if they would have added the stripe on the fairing, it would have been better.
Yeah.
Like they did the lowrider.
Well, they have it
Yeah.
on the fairing. It's in the middle, right?
But I think
Yeah,
I think
we're
what
saying
Tony's
from
saying
the
is
side.
to follow the tank, to follow
Yeah.
the stripe from the tank right
Yeah.
up front, and have the
Yeah, it
stripe
looks-
be at the bottom of the fairing.
Yeah.
Because
so we're
they
paying
did it like
homage to the old race, not race, but the muscle car days, like the old Mustangs and the
Yeah.
Chargers and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So that's where this was inspired from. Plus, the side tank on the side of the tank is the little Fast Johnnie logo.
I like that. I think that logo looks cool.
Yeah, it's
Is that on all the bikes or just certain ones?
No, I think that's all the Fast Johnnies has
That's
that logo.
that's little Johnny, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's Fast Johnnie. Yep, that was their first mascot.
I think it's a cool fucking paint job.
It is.
I think Harley's doing some good shit, man.
I do too.
I really do.
I do too.
Do you like the bronze?
No, it kills it for this. I mean, everything else I love, but if they would have went blacked out or even done some white or blue accents on the engine and the intake and maybe the timing cover, I think it would have been better. But
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
heck, even blue rims would have been neat.
Well, I mean,
like,
these are
Oh,
these are
heck yeah.
STs, right?
they are. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, yeah, to change all that, the price would even go up higher. I mean, all they've done is added a paint job to the 10s.
Yep.
And I think that's the only difference in price, isn't it? Isn't it like $3,000?
Yeah, just for the
2,900,
paint.
which is reasonable for a paint job.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll go on. Here's the Street Glide, which fucks just as much, I think.
It does. It's a cool bike.
Yep. So is the Fast Johnnie logo on the other side, or is it?
Yeah.
It's on the left side. So they got the plain, just bar and shield plain badge. It doesn't say Harley Davidson. That's kind of like what they readapted. Like it's like the new thing now. Like the CVO badging on the side.
Oh, okay. So it's got the Harley emblem on this side, and then it's got the Fast Johnnie on the other side.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's,
Oh,
that's the left
that's-
side. Yeah, that's the
that's
left side of the
kinda cool.
tank there.
Yeah, it's cool as shit, dude.
I like that a different look on each side. That's dope.
Mhm.
I love that.
So it's another limited edition thing that people are going to be knocking down the doors for. They're going to sell.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
those are gonna sell for
They're
sure.
not CVOs, so they're obtainable by a wider demographic.
Are they
yeah,
doing
they're
a
the-
limited run though, as well on
Yeah,
the paints?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only I don't know the exact number, but it's
Was it-
not a lot. Are they
it's
numbered
7
like the?
1,700, wasn't it? Did I see something that said
I don't
1,700 on
remember.
each bike?
I think
Yeah, it
that's
wasn't a
right,
lot.
Dave. Yeah, it's not too many. It's under 2,000, I believe. But I hope we get at least one. I mean, we should be. And we'll sell the shit out of it real quick.
I think they're good looking motorcycles, man. I'm a fan.
Yeah, I like this paint job.
Yeah.
This is something like I would do when my bike's paid off and I want something painted. I'm a sucker
And-
for blue.
And this is something.
yeah.
Has Harley done this in the past, where they just released like a special paint job?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Every
I
year
thought-
before the last 3 years.
Yeah, every year for 3 years. Yeah.
Well, no, because I mean, like last
Welcome,
year,
Tony
the
Cox.
El Diablo was the Icon bike.
exactly. Yeah, it was.
And did they come out with a just a limited edition paint run besides the CVO?
Well, there was the Arctic Blast.
Yeah, the Arctic Blast was just paint.
Was that a limited run?
Yeah,
Okay.
just like this. But I like this. It's simpler. There's nothing hidden. You can see everything that they're throwing at you.
Yeah.
And
It's clean.
it works. It's clean. Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks
it's
good.
clean.
It reminds me of my Ute.
Yeah, it's clean.
And you can see they got the racing stripe on the front fender too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on. Oh God.
See, that
Oh, fucking
motherfucker's
dope.
Don't like
dude.
it.
Love it.
I'm going to
I
go ahead
love
and
it.
say it, and it's going to piss people off, but I'm going to say it anyway. If the VVT trickles down to this bike, it'll be the best bike Harley ever made.
Ooh.
Even with the paint or without the paint?
Without the paint. If the VVT engine lands in this bike, this will be the bike that everybody has been saying they've wanted the whole time.
Nah, you're probably not wrong.
It
I'm
does
pretty sure you're right.
everything.
Yep.
It
Yep.
does everything, and it doesn't just do it well, it does it great.
Yep. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably
so Dustin,
right.
you're a designer. You've got some taste, some elegance to your style. Do you really like this paint on the lowrider? Doesn't it kind of look fucked up?
What?
I just can't get past the aesthetics of the motorcycle.
What do you mean? Like you dislike it?
I've never liked this bike.
What I don't
Didn't you watch
understand
my
why
video
you
I
don't
made
dig
like
on
a
it.
year and a
Okay.
half ago?
I meant like, sorry. What specific aesthetics do you not like on it?
It doesn't wear the bags as well. They're too high. The 2 to 2 doesn't make sense. The bronze is ugly. The fairing, I think, is ugly. It just... And I hate the intake. I don't like the intake that all the
I
STs
don't like
have.
those intakes either. I love the fairing though.
I think they could have done a better job on the fairing, but that's just me.
Yeah, it's a fantastic motorcycle. I mean, it looks. You've seen them. You had them in your store, haven't you, Dustin?
Yeah, my GM owns one.
Yeah, and you're just not a fan.
No,
Well,
dude.
that's
I mean,
fine.
No, and it's just an opinion. I mean, I gave when I did that video, how long ago, I gave that a lot of thought, and I almost didn't put it out because I knew I would get some hate on it, and I did. But I saw people that saw my perspective who were like, "Okay, we get what you're saying, but we still like this better." And I'm like, "Great." And then I also had people that are saying, "Yeah, they shouldn't have killed what we had," but I mean, I can't do anything about what's done, and it's not like Harley's coming here to take my Sport Glide away and saying, "Oh, you have to have this now." So.
No, I mean, they I mean, my Slim was discontinued. I mean, that's just kind of what they do.
Yeah,
But
it happens.
yeah, it happens. But
Dave,
I
do you think on this it's like the front fender is part of what you might not like?
No, I think it's just the design. It's like you're coming off the fairing. That paint comes off the fairing with that top to bottom swoosh, right? And then you look at the bags, which you guys know I hate those bags, period. But that aside, the paint, the design on the bags just doesn't go with
it's almost
what's on the
upside.
fairing tank.
Well,
And plus, you've got another fucking Harley decal there. What's up with that? It's just
That's
not,
always
it's
that's
not
always
clean.
been there, Dave.
Yeah, that's just
That
repurposed.
decal's always
It's,
been there.
it's not
repurposed
always
bag.
been there on this paint job.
Well, no,
No,
but then
that
they would have
Harley
to
decal.
change.
No,
the
but it's
thing.
on all the bags.
It's on
Yeah.
all
Oh,
the
I
bags.
know.
Just some of them have it. Yeah.
Doesn't change the fact I don't like it.
Dave, would it
I
look
think it's too
better if
busy.
that badge was white instead of the bronze that's inside?
That would be cool. Yeah.
That would be better, but I still think it's just that, again, coming down from the top again,
Uh-huh.
it doesn't go with the lines of the bike.
Oh,
It
I
breaks
get you.
up, you know what I mean? It looks like you got two hockey sticks on the side of your bike.
See, I like the way that it ties into the tank.
You know what I mean?
Looks
Doesn't-
like the old
I
Jets
still
logo.
like it.
It
Yeah.
looks like the old Winnipeg Jets logo.
Like it or not, it's a bad motherfucker.
I think.
So
I
how
think
would
it
you
would be.
prefer it to just be like a horizontal stripe without the vertical portion?
Well, I think
Would
one
you
without
like
the
that
hockey
better?
stick.
What if they just
and
did
it looks,
this?
It looks like a hockey stick hitting a puck. Put that back up, Dustin. It looks like a hockey stick that's about to hit a puck. I think if they just would have left the bags black,
No, that would have looked
No.
that would
weird.
look pretty
That'd
good.
look terrible.
I
That's
don't
like
care.
Terrible. The
I
painted,
terrible.
the
Look at
painted
my
bags,
bike. I hate that
Badass.
they're
I'd ride
not
the fuck out
painted.
of it.
Yeah, the painted bags are a finishing touch on the bike.
Yeah, it looks
and
better
I
with the
and I
painted
and I
ones.
would go so far to say is that was the mistake that they made with the Sport Glide from Jump is
Yep.
not having the bags painted. The same fucking hockey stick is on the Street Glide.
Yeah, it's the
if
same
you're
thing.
calling
It's
it-
just
if you're calling
stretched
it a hockey
across the
stick.
bike.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's just-
that's a little
It's stretched.
different.
It's stretched across the bottom, Dave.
I
It's
know,
the same
dude, but
fucking hockey
it's
stick.
it's not even close to the same.
It's actually almost the same
It's
size as
very
the
much
hockey
the
It's
stick on this
same.
bike.
not even close to the same.
The only
Looks like a
difference
crooked
is that
dick.
it stretches
Dude, if you
across
look on the
frame
Street
instead
Glide,
of
that actually follows the line of the bike.
What?
Switch back over to the lowrider.
What?
Dave, you better put on some bifocals.
Yeah, I don't.
This follows the line of the bike too. It matches the bag perfectly, Dave.
I got my glasses on, still looks like shit. Other
It's
than that,
the
it's
same
great.
shape. It's just
You
shorter.
put your
because
glasses
it's
on, you
only
see your
the
dick
bag.
is still small too, Dave.
Mhm.
I think the fairing and the tank lineup is. I think that's what does it for
I
me
think
on
that
the
looks
road.
Yeah,
really nice.
that's
The
what I
tank and the
really
fairing
like.
look really nice.
It's a bad motherfucker, man. And I'll stand behind my statement. If the VVT travels down to this bike and you get 120, 130 horsepower in it, it's going to be the FXR of this generation.
I agree 100% with you.
yeah.
The only thing I don't like about this bike, and I'll be honest, and I don't like it on any bike, is I hate the elbow air cleaners.
I
But it's
hate 'em.
because
I hate
yeah.
them too.
it's because I hit my leg on them.
But everybody
I
takes
just
those
don't like
off,
how
dude.
they
Who,
look.
who has the stock air cleaner on their bike?
Yeah, right. I mean, I think if they use that flat one that's on the 114s, it would look a lot cleaner. Like on the Heritage, like that
Yeah.
one right there. Use
See,
that
I think
flat
this
one.
bike is badass, dude. Percy doesn't like it, do you?
You know, it's not so much I don't like the bike. It's that they just did something with a similar vibe on the first Icon.
Well, I mean, you got to
And it-
think though.
and
All
it's
their
like-
bikes.
This is the first Icon.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
there
Where's
you
the
go. So,
second
so
one?
put up the new one.
Okay, so this is the one they released. What was this? 3 years ago? 2 years?
Two
ago?
That's
years
the
ago.
Elvis bike.
2
2
years,
years
ago.
ago. Yep, that's the Elvis bike. Yep.
So this is the
Right.
new highway. King.
yeah, it is very
Yeah.
similar.
It's very similar. And the thing that it's not that I don't like the bike. It's just if this is what the Icon series is really going to be, just
But-
this similar looking bikes every year.
But think about what Harley was. This was it.
This was the bike back in the.
This
60s.
was it. I mean,
Yeah.
this is what they had. They had some little Sportsters, but I mean, the majority of their bikes, this was it. I mean, this was the style. See, I think that.
No, they got the
motherfucker
two
right there.
colors, the reddish and the orange. I think the orange looks better.
I don't know, man. That fucking purple's kind of hot.
That's supposed to be red.
Is it red?
Yeah,
That
it's supposed
does
to,
look
well, look
very
at this
purple.
picture.
Yeah. See, that
Oh, dude,
motherfucker's
what's up with
badass.
that other
No,
picture,
it's not
man?
red, Dustin. It says on the website it's magenta.
Well, that's red.
Magenta is a pink red.
It's
It's
a
not like
red.
red.
It's
It's
not
a girl's bike.
It might have a vagina on it.
Oh my god.
But it won't be comfortable with that seat.
No, but I think they're cool looking, man. I like the old, just the retro look of them.
Yeah, the white walls. I like
It's just
it.
not for me. I'd never.
Yeah.
I'd never. If you
Those-
gave me that one, I'd sell it.
Well, these aren't bikes you ride, any distance. These are collectors.
Yeah, Jay Leno's gonna have one of these in his fucking garage.
Yeah.
They're neat though. I mean,
I would really like to see
I like
them.
this better than the quote unquote revival bike.
Yeah.
I think it looks better than that one. I think it's what kills it for the first revival is they just left that fairing that flat bone white.
Well, that's the way the original was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The original one had a white fairing on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if they would have thrown some blue in there, it would have maybe worked a little bit better.
I think Harley's doing some really good stuff right now. I think if we go back a few years of the podcast and listen to where everybody was complaining, I think Harley's fucking answered a lot of that shit
Yeah.
with these new bikes.
So I'm gonna flip back through these real quick. That way you can really see what the big differences are. There aren't many, but
the windshield is
I'm
the
gonna
big
point them
thing
out.
that really
Windshield's
stands
the biggest
Yeah,
thing
it
that
matches.
stands out. But if you look, the seat's different.
Well, the new one's a Road King, right? Isn't it?
Essentially, yes.
Yeah.
Well, they're both electric glides, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's the
yeah,
same
but
bike.
isn't the new one more of a Road King than a
The new one's more of a Road King.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Still got the 3 headlight system on the front.
Yep. It's the new one's more of a Road King. Yep. So they canceled the Road King Classic, and then they dropped that bike, which is essentially the Road King Classic.
Yeah.
I do like how they tinted the windshield on the lower half to match the paint.
Yeah,
That
that's
looks
really
really
cool.
nice.
It looks
It
good.
looks dope.
These bikes in person will be fucking sweet. I mean, it's just
So-
like everything else. Once you see them in person, you're like, fuck, that's nice.
What I'd really like to see now is I'd really like to see them do an Icon Sportster.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
You know
We
what
got
I mean?
one. We're giving it away.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we are. Well, we're not giving it away. Somebody can win it for $25.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to see them do something like that because they keep hitting us with these icons that are all kind of on the touring platforms. I'd like to see them do one of the Sportsters or do a Springer or do
What if they brought back
something
like an old Panhead or
Yeah,
something like
they need
that?
it just needs to be a variety. Again, if it's going to be this every year,
right.
then what's the point of the program?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Dave. I would like to see them throw some variety into it, but I think where we're coming from is that we're looking at it, I think maybe from the wrong lens, right? Because the first one was essentially the Elvis bike. The second Icon was the El Diablo. That was the Icon bike for that year. And then now we have this one, which is very similar to the last one, right? So to me, the argument would be this. When I see this bike, what I see is a parts bin bike. Right?
Well, that's
It's
what
the
I see
same-
when I look at this. So you made that
No,
point. Oh, here we go.
No. Go back to the other one. So this is the first Icon, right? So if you go to the new one, okay. So the
It's the
fender
same
is
bike,
exactly the
windshield.
same.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The bags are exactly the same. It's the same white bags as the first one, right? The seat is there's a little bit of a design difference, but essentially the frame and work is the same,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's the same, and
Fenders, bags.
it's on the Road King Classic platform.
Yeah, but isn't
It's on the Road King Classic platform with just the tinted windshield. So the only thing that's new from this Icon to the newest is a different color paint job and the windshield rather than the fairing.
The console.
So
Yeah, the console's
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about the Icon series. I was just reading the brief description on Harley's website. Because what's the meaning behind it? That
The
makes them
premise is
special?
it's supposed to be a throwback, right, to a
So-
bike in a certain era. So the first one was the Elvis bike.
So they are going to look very similar then. That's what they stated. It said it's we're using our original design styles
Modern
with
take
new
on original
technology.
design.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
so they are going
but
to
you
look
have
the
a
same.
number of different styles, right? Or bikes.
to
You
choose
don't
from.
have to go back to that first one that quick.
Well, I think they're doing
Yeah.
it on the cheap too. I mean,
Oh,
they
sure.
have to have something that, just like that El Diablo was the throwback to the FL or yours, the FXRT,
Right.
and it's because they had the
Paint.
bike. Yeah, they had the paint and they had the bike that resembled there was the new version of that bike.
Of the old bike.
Yeah. So like with a Sportster, they don't have anything
Right.
that
Right.
matches those.
So they
Anymore.
might even have to retool the factory, right? Because they stopped making those bikes. So
Yeah. So I mean, you're not going to see a Sportster Icon because they just don't have anything that'll work. It would have to be like a ground up build.
They'd have to make a shitload of them too to get their
Yeah,
money back.
exactly. Either that or they'd be $50,000 a piece. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it has to be something I think they have in their arsenal that, just like what we just saw, they throw a different windshield on it, some white walls, and a paint job.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you're right.
Right,
Keep the cost down, reuse what
Yeah.
you got.
Well, they can all blow and compare to this thing. Our 75 Ironhead.
that's a little different.
It's very different.
Yeah, that's a little different.
This is old school.
She is old school. It's a beautiful bike.
Yes, sir. So if you haven't bought tickets for our 75 Ironhead that is raising money for Autism Society of America, go to 5dirtybikers.com and buy some tickets. Be awesome of you.
Yeah, it's a cool bike. Whoever wins it's going to get a fucking peach, man,
On the
and a
cheap.
lot of big dick energy. A lot of it.
You're not wrong there.
Yeah,
Yeah, but you're going to need one with that suspension on it.
there is no suspension on it.
That's my point.
Yeah. What kind of suspension you got? Tire? It's got tire suspension on it, air pressure.
Yep. Take a little air out of the tire and you got good
It's got an
suspension.
air ride on it, basically. You just have to adjust the pressure in the tire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
No, it's cool. I think those new bikes are good, man, to get back on it. I think they're cool, and I think Harley's doing a great job.
They're going to sell.
Yeah.
Well,
For sure.
and I wonder, there's that offset. And I think Dave, we talked about this probably a while back, right? So if you raise the price and you sell less motorcycles, but you're at a price point that generates you more revenue per bike, you're going to do better because you're also raising the demand. And I think that that's effectively what they've done. They haven't gone back completely to the early 2000s, but they're moving in that direction a little bit by making sure that everyone understands that Harley's a premium brand by the pricing. And then you do
They've
these
definitely
limited,
done that.
yeah. Then you do these limited release situations that make it, make something, more desirable because there's not very many of them out there.
Yeah, it creates demand.
Creates demand, right? And so, and I think that they're kind of at that model that they were in the early 2000s, not all the way, but they're getting close to that model, which really made Harley very, very successful during that time.
Well, I don't know though, but in the early, I wasn't, I'd quit riding by then, but I mean, in this, they're deliberately or very intentionally limiting the number of bikes they're producing. My understanding back in the 2000s was that you just had to order.
Yeah, you
it
couldn't
wasn't-
walk into a dealer and buy a bike.
It
You know,
wasn't
see that on the
intentional,
tank?
one of 1,700 or whatever.
That says 750, one of 750 on the tank.
I would
Does it?
say of each paint
No,
job,
sure
that'd be my
does.
guess.
Yeah.
Yep, sure does. Look at that.
Uh-huh.
I bet you there's 750 of each paint job.
Well, it's because there's no demand on that because they just made one 2 years ago.
That
So they
could be.
reduced the numbers.
And also, you're probably spot on when it says Highway King based on the Road King platform,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So
I think it's cool. I mean,
I
I
do
think it's
too.
cool to be a collector bike. It's not something you buy to.
No, because those
Have
bags are
your-
going to take a beating by the bugs.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just too
for
bad
sure.
that this program won't increase demand in the market for Harley. I mean, to me, that really needs to be something that's baked into everything they do. And I just don't see this as bringing
No,
in
this is for the
riders.
enthusiast, man.
This is for the old guys with money
Yeah.
that want a old bike.
They're out
Yeah.
there. Trust me.
Yeah.
No, they're out there. I think Harley's got, like I said, man. I think some of the bikes they have out now, there's nothing out there that can compete as far as as far as I'm concerned.
yeah, it's funny how your perspective changes too when you haven't been on it for a while. And I think I called Tony the other day. The first time I really got out was Wednesday of last week, and I'm talking to myself in my own helmet, and I was like, man, these bikes are fucking badass. when you haven't been on it for a while and you just get out and you just get that, 50 miles underneath your belt. And, I mean, I made a mistake and dumped my clutch in second gear and the front wheel came off the ground. I mean, I was shaking my leg to shake the shit down my leg because I scared the shit out of myself. But you forget how awesome and how much fun they are to ride it when you haven't been on it in a long time, and you get back out there and do that. And it wakes all those things back up. It wakes your senses back up. It wakes up everything about motorcycling that you really love. And at that moment, I'm feeling like they're not too expensive.
No.
Yeah.
I
was
what I
that
mean?
way this weekend. I went up to Pittsburgh to visit the family up Friday and back Sunday. And yeah, I mean, you're right. It was the longest trip I've done so far this year. And it was just great to be able to get out on the highway. And of course, everywhere I went, met other riders that were out. Every time I stopped for gas or to take a stretch break or whatever, everybody was kind of in the same vibe.
Right. And that's it. You get out and people are out riding now this time of year. So that's what you're getting. Everybody's just glad to be on their bikes and to be out and moving around and getting back in the swing of things. And it really is. It's a feeling that when you don't have it for a long time and you get it back, it just feels so, it's very invigorating for sure.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
with all
glad
that-
your
I'll tell you
snow
what.
finally thawed and you were able to get on the bike ride.
Dude,
Yeah,
yeah,
no
it was,
shit.
it's gone now. I mean, dude, and we've had rain for 4 days now. And so everything's starting to green up. It's really, yeah, we're supposed to get some nice weather is coming kind of next week. We're a little bit rainy this week, but yeah, it's really nice. It feels really good.
I hope you enjoy the next 2.5 months.
Yeah, ours came early, but I'll tell you what, man, I'm not shitting. If that VVT trickles down into the M8s, when you buy one of those, it's going to come with a dick strap. I mean, because the big dick energy is
I
going to
agree
be
with you, man.
strong on
I
those
couldn't
guys.
imagine with that on a lowrider 117
or all of them, man. If you could take the 114, 117, you water cool it, put variable valve timing in it, that fucking bike's going to. All of them are going to be monsters.
Yep, they will. I tell you what, this weekend we had an opportunity to put another one of those SNS cam kits in Nick's bike.
They're fucking
And,
special.
Yeah, dude, it was a, they make those kits kind of perfectly for, Patrick said it right for the at-home garage wrencher, man. If you buy the kit, they give you everything you need. If you go out and spend the extra money and get the couple specialty tools that you need, the Fueling makes a kit to check your run out, and Jim's makes there's a couple kits that Jim's makes, but specifically the
Bearing puller.
the cam bearing puller,
Yeah.
and they actually make a oil alignment tool too. But for what you'd pay for an install, like it may seem like these tools are expensive, but what you would pay for an install, you can still buy those tools and do the install yourself, and you're still probably $1,000 ahead.
So Percy, when you did yours, because you did a star cam,
I did a Jim's cam.
a Jim's cam. So what cam plate and oil pump did you use, or did you just keep yours?
I kept the same oil pump.
Okay, so
In
you
the
just
bike.
kept the stock stuff and just
Yeah.
swapped the cam out. All right.
Yeah. No, we put a lot. I got a video dropping here, and hopefully this week
Yeah.
we did little doodads and things, and
Yeah.
heavier clutch spring, and went with the SNS push rods, and
Change the tappets out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stuff like that. But back what Ryan was saying though, I mean, if you wanted to do the kit, everything's included.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing you need to buy is a quart of oil,
Yep.
pretty much, to replace what little bit that leaks out.
and the tools, the specialty
And the
tools.
the two specialty tools. You do really need those.
You need the cam bearing tool. The run out, I have it, but I'll tell you, I've done 2 bikes with it, and
Yep.
it's not even close.
Well,
Nope.
and that aerator thing,
The what?
the aerator thing.
What aerator thing?
I don't know. Travis, my mechanic, was aerating things in a jar.
Oh no!
Oh, for the
to
tappets.
to pressurize your
Yeah.
tappets.
There's
You
tappets,
can, you can soak them. You can soak them for 24 hours. Actually, when we were at Mama Tried, Bob bought it. Bare Knuckle Performance makes a little kit where you put your tappets in this jar, and then you use a pressurized tool, and you add some pressure to the bottle, and it will pressure oil the tappets, which is
Yep.
it's a genius tool. And they're, I think, $30 or $40, but you can get those on Bare Knuckle Performance. Worth the money if you don't want to set your tappets in oil for 24 hours. They're really good. It bleeds all the air out and puts oil right in your tappets. So that was
it was interesting to watch.
we got Bob actually bought one of those when we were at Mama Tried, and we used that for Nick's bike. But yeah, it's a great thing, and Bob has a lift and everything in his garage. So man, we just jacked up Nick's bike and did it all sitting on a stool. Fuck, it was nice. It was really nice to
lift.
yeah, it
a
was really
lift would be really nice to have.
Yeah.
really nice to work on the bike on a lift and not on your hands and knees, but it can be done. Tony
I
did
did
it on
it.
my bike and on his bike on his hands and knees in the garage.
When we did
Yep.
my primary, that was the same thing. I was sitting on the floor.
Tony's on his hands and knees in his garage from time to time. I understand.
I mean, I live there. And once when I get down, the thing is I can't get up. So
At all.
That's what
down
she
there
said.
for a while.
Do you guys at least have those mats you can kneel on? We finally bought some of those, so it's not so terrible when you don't have a lift.
You know what? You know why I don't have those, Brittany? Because I'm
Oh
not
my
gay.
god. Don't even go there, Tony.
No, he doesn't have knees.
There you go. That's the real story.
I have what I like to call elephant skin knees from all the years of
I'm
doing
not sure
trim
that's
work.
better.
I have
I'm
like
just
elephant
saying.
skin on my knees. You could probably take a cheese grater and knock off a good pound of.
That is
Callous.
disgusting.
Ryan, I hope all the social media stuff I'm going to post this week gets you hyped for July, because I went to the river over the weekend with my buddy. We went in his Jeep because there were thunderstorms here. It actually did end up raining for a little while. But we went to Fast Eddie's and we went down the river to Grafton, and it was awesome. I can't wait to take you guys down there. But you've been, of course, but the other walkers haven't.
The White Walkers. That's a hell of a crew Ryan's got up there, man.
Yeah, I'm
a
stuck
good
here
crew,
with Tony.
man. Yeah.
It's nice. We're gonna crush some miles down. We're doing a couple things again. Every year we try to do something that we haven't done before, and this year isn't necessarily, I guess, we're not going really anywhere that we haven't been before, but we're gonna do some different things on trips that we'd never done before. So when we go down to see Dustin in July, what were the dates on that again, Dustin? 14th through
It's
the
the weekend
17th?
of the 14th.
Weekend of the 14th.
When's that happening?
The weekend of July 14th.
14th through the 17th. We're gonna ride down there. We're gonna do it from where we're at here in North Dakota. We're gonna ride down to Dustin's in one day,
And so how long are you staying?
the whole weekend. So we're gonna be there Saturday, Sunday, and ride back on Monday,
So that's the
14th of July.
Third weekend of July.
yeah. I'm
Yep.
looking at my calendar because I'm going to be in Key West the 28th. No, I'm going to be in Key West the 30th through the 7th.
30th of July.
No, the 30th of June
Hmm.
to the 7th
Gotcha.
of July.
Yeah, I don't know. I would love to come up and
And then I'll be
go on
back.
a
Yeah, I'll
ride
have
with you
to
guys,
see.
but I don't know what our summer's looking like.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. We got Jay Tomes. I got him coming down now too, or coming. I guess he's coming up. We're coming.
He's coming
down.
up.
Yep. So I hit him up on Instagram. So if
He's the guy that lives here in Louisville, right, Jay?
he does,
Yeah,
Jay, yeah, he's one of our patrons and lives in Louisville. But
yeah, I just can't remember last names. I'm
yeah,
terrible
I
with last
I just hit him up and said, "Hey man, you up for a ride?" He goes, "What'd you have in mind?" And I told him where we were going to meet Dustin, and he was like, "I'm down." And so he immediately took the time off of work. Bob sent him a message to tell him where we were staying. So we're camping at a campground closer to Dustin. We were going to stay on the river, but now we're going to camp a little bit closer to Dustin. So we're kind of in between.
You're camping?
Well, we are staying in a cabin, but at a campground. Yeah, and it has air conditioning. So that was the main thing. But we're staying in a cabin. And but yeah, we're gonna. So our big thing with this trip is that we're gonna do the trip down to Dustin in one day and back up in one day, and it'll be 900 miles. So
Well,
There you
fuck,
go.
dude, you're gonna have to like ride around in a circle just to knock out the 1,000.
Yeah, at that
that's what I
point, do
would
your
do.
iron butt, man.
Dude, I don't. You know what? This is the thing. I don't really give a shit about an iron butt. I don't. I mean, I'm just gonna. This is what we're gonna do. So,
Well, there you go.
I mean, listen to this. When Kenny rode back from FDBM,
Kenny's a riding motherfucker.
well, when he rode back from FDBM the year that it was in Louisville, he rode all the way home. It was 970 miles, and he didn't do an iron butt.
Wow.
He rode 970 miles. He had 30 more miles to ride, and he did not do the iron butt. So
Because Phil pulled the iron butt out of his ass, didn't he?
Phil
Yeah,
did. He actually
yeah.
rode to Matt in Missouri and gave him some whiskey, and then rode back when Matt had his accident.
God damn.
So yeah,
I would have
Phil,
mailed that shit USPS.
Phil had done it. But yeah, no, it was so that's what we're going to do on this trip. And I have done a couple of different routes down to see Destin. A couple couple of other times we're actually going to take the fastest route down. So we're going to go through Minneapolis and kind of down through Wisconsin and Illinois. It's a little bit of a faster route to go that way. Certainly faster.
You'll probably be hitting I-55
Interstate.
southbound. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to go on a little bit of a different route than we've done in the past. The last time I went to see Dustin 2 summers ago. Was that last summer or 2 summers ago?
That was
Two summers.
21.
21, yeah, last two summers ago. I went down Highway 2 and across Missouri. So we're doing a little bit more of a diagonal route this time. Last time I did kind of a down, like like an L shape, I guess, down to get there, which was more miles. But this is going to be we're gonna crush it on this trip. We're gonna leave at 5 o'clock in the morning. So by the time we hit noon, we'll have already been on the road for 6 hours already, and
Nice.
so it'll be good.
The White Walkers don't fuck around.
So it's fun. That's what we like to do. That's how we like to ride, and you can cover a lot of distance that way. We were talking about it after this year. We're thinking that we're gonna have to start heading west. So we're thinking next year.
You're wearing the East Coast out.
Yeah. We're thinking next year we're probably gonna try Colorado. So
Just go down to Tijuana.
Tijuana.
No.
To see a donkey show.
We're gonna
You could
try.
dress up like Tim Moto and fit right in. Tijuana.
Yeah, we're-
There
That's
you
right.
go.
You can make some
We-
money. You make gas money while you're down
Make
there.
gas money down
He gets
there.
back.
Yeah, we want to do Colorado. We'd like to see Monument Valley in Utah. Utah is a beautiful state, so we'd like to ride out there. So that's why we're trying to see if we can get to the point where we can bust out 800 miles in a day without any trouble. Then it increases the amount of trips we can take because we don't have to use so many days to get where we want to be. So
How
So
cool
you're
would it
gonna
be
get
to ride
busted.
into
You
Vegas?
said you're going to get busted down.
what's that?
Did you say you're going to get busted down?
Busted down? No. If we can bust down more miles in a day. So if we can
gotcha.
get like 800 miles in a day, because like Sturgis is 650 for us, which is
But
which
you're
is
all
not too
going to
bad.
but you're all going to bust down.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
Okay.
Whatever it
You're
takes.
going to need a new bike soon, Ryan. You keep riding all these fucking miles.
New tires for
You're going to
sure.
need something if
Yeah.
you're going to keep busting down like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're not
you keep
wrong.
busting down. You're going to need some soothing ointment.
I think I last time I decided to go with a different tire. J&P Cycles actually has a good video about touring tires for 2023 or the tires that they recommend for 2023, and there's a higher mileage tire on there that they recommend that I think I'm probably going to get. I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and spend a little bit more money, but it has a harder center and softer outsides because that's typically how we ride.
Yeah, that's kind of how you want everything. isn't it?
I know, right?
I think you're right. I think you're right about that. But it's just going to give us I think I need to get a higher mileage tire. So
I'm due for tires too. I need to get them done before the museum ride.
I'm getting one. I'm getting one next month with my 15K.
Or you just trade the bike in and get 2 new tires.
There you go. Do it the Tony Cox way.
Yeah. It's up for a service? No, I don't think so.
I don't know if
first
you guys.
service time to
One
trade
for
the
the
bike.
trade.
I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but Walter and I we're working out our route coming back from the 120th in Wisconsin. We've decided to take the Lake Express ferry across Lake Michigan. You guys done that before?
No.
Nope. Never rode in
Yeah,
Michigan.
it's like 2.5 hours across the lake. And then we're going to ride into Canada to Niagara Falls and then hang a right and head south.
Does that add more distance to your ride, or is that shorten it?
Actually, it's going to shorten it.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to shorten it a bit.
Shortens it quite a bit.
I'm a
in
little
terms of
nervous.
mileage, yeah.
I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to lie.
Why?
Putting the bike on a ferry.
What's wrong with that?
Well, I don't know. You know,
The fuck
Me and
is all
Ryan, we're gonna
cars?
go across
water
two ferries.
Yeah.
This is a different kind of ferry. This isn't a fast ferry going across rough water sometimes.
Yeah,
But
we're gonna.
supposedly you're supposed that you tie down your bike. But
I
we'll
saw
see.
that. I was watching something the other day of a dude that got on a ferry and they had to tie it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it didn't fall over.
So now we're in the market for some shorter tie down straps, so we don't have to use theirs.
Dave, you should look. I think there's a company out there that makes a bolt on, and you should hit up Christian Customs because it is a thing that will bolt to your front forks.
Yeah, I've seen those.
It's really inconspicuous. You can't see it, and it's like basically a permanent tie down mounting point that just blends right into your bike.
Yeah, I
might
saw
be-
those.
might
It's not about a strap on.
Might
It's
be.
a
It is
strap-on.
it is a strap
It's a
on.
permanent
Strap
strap
on.
on.
Yeah, it might be worth you investing in something like that.
This is probably the only time I'm doing it. I think we're going to look for some of those tie down straps that have the two pieces, you know, the soft piece that goes around your
Yeah.
forks
got
or
some of
whatever, and
those.
then you just hook onto that.
Yeah.
Do
I
you
got
have some of those? Maybe I'll borrow yours, Tony.
Yeah, I got some.
But that
They work
sounds
good.
like fun. It should be a fun trip.
No, it'd be a blast, dude.
Yeah,
I think
it's-
riding a ferry across Lake Michigan sounds cool as shit.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna go on a couple ferries when we're down with Dustin. So I'm
I bet you
super
are.
looking forward to that. Yeah. Well, because at FTBM,
Because they're all going to bust down on the
They're
two
all going to
ferries.
bust down on the ferries.
That's right. Tony, don't you remember at FTBM, you and I didn't do that. We took off and went and got ice and started cooking the food.
Oh, we did.
At the very first one. We didn't ride the ferry. So
No.
I missed out on
Dustin
that.
goes, you know, he led us astray too. We're like, how far is the campground? Right down the street.
Yeah.
An hour
and a half later.
That's Midwest directions. If you don't know where Midwest directions are,
He's
right
not
down
wrong.
the
It
road.
is
Fair.
Midwest directions.
It's right down the street. Right down the street. You can't miss it. We're
45
driving. I'm
miles.
like, where in the fuck is
Yeah,
this place?
he's like, follow this road. It's just to go straight down this road. Yeah, it was straight down that road, 45 miles.
Yeah.
right in between the time in between, because you go over the Campsville ferry and then you get to Hardin, you go straight, then you go into Brussels. I think it's 20 minutes in between rides,
Sure.
and then
I
then
don't
you
know.
hit.
That
then
was
you-
that night I took the bong hit off the fucking off that grill, dude.
Yeah, you did.
yeah, you did.
Jesus.
Still got that photo somewhere. You look blazed.
I
Like
was
you
in
having
there
a good
strong.
time. When the shit goes down.
Because Dave, you were on that ferry, weren't you? You were on the river ferry.
Yeah. The river ferry. Yeah.
Yeah, we just did the Campsville ferry at FD or MMM. We'll do the Brussels as well. They're both fun.
I'm looking forward to it. The guys are really going to like that road down there, the river road, and just some of that riding down there is so
Yeah, we'll do
nice.
some 66 and stop at some oddball shit on the side of the road. That
We'll
way.
see some corn.
It'll be fun.
I'll show you more corn.
Hey, those
There's a
pictures
lot
that
of
Dustin
corn.
had up look like more than corn.
Dude, the fucking river's awesome. The bluffs and shit. It's like
It is
bald
nice.
eagles.
Yeah,
there's like
it's-
bald eagles up there and shit.
It looked really pretty.
It is nice. So who's Brittany? Are you still planning on Sturgis?
I am, but with the eye situation, I don't know for sure if I'll be riding
Or
It's
trailering?
Like, I don't know that we would trailer.
What's the
We'd probably just
recovery
drive
time
up
on
there.
this eye?
Gotcha.
So it varies for person to person, but like I had a decent change in vision. So my good eye, my current good eye, it's pretty good. Like I can see pretty good. Some stuff's not crispy yet, but the other eye with a different procedure, it'll take a little bit longer for it to heal in. But it's more a matter of like right now I'm not riding, or I haven't, even though the weather's been nice, I'm not riding because I don't have good vision at the moment since I have one eye corrected and one not.
Well, if you don't know if you're riding
So-
it August, your summer's shot.
Yeah.
I may be like I'll be riding, but what I was planning to do initially, leading up to Sturgis, was to actually do like ride every weekend and do like little trips and stuff just to like build up my endurance. But obviously, with the having to have the second surgery, that's
Got the old
delaying
swanky eye
things.
going on.
Just
Yeah.
a weird question. Why didn't you time this for after the season?
Because I didn't want to wait that long.
Should we do a public service announcement?
What's that?
On
Over the
what?
next 3 months, if you see Brittany driving down the road, she's only got one good eye.
only
Get the
got
fuck
one
out
good
of
It's
the
not
way.
bad. It's not bad like that. Like you can. I
Which is
can
your good
still
eye,
see-
just for the audience, so they know which side to make sure they're on.
I can still see really well, but I just don't feel comfortable risking it. Like, so this weekend we went to demo days and I rode one bike, and like I can see well enough. It's just when you go in and out of like shadowy areas and stuff like that, when you have one eye that doesn't have good vision, you cannot see as good as if you had both eyes. No, you can still, like, it's pretty amazing actually how your brain adapts. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's a correction called monovision. So there's some people that actually, they will get one eye corrected to see like nearsighted, and then
the other
one
one
to
for
see
farsighted.
farsighted.
So you have
And
mono?
Mine, no, not exactly, because my vision is still blurry. But it's actually pretty neat, like how your brain is smart enough to adapt to those things.
It does that with distance too. So you can go down like one step in your house and close your eyes and walk down all the stairs because your brain memorizes the distance from one step to the next.
You know that?
I do know that.
Did
yeah.
you get mono the last time you did a bust down?
It's science.
Well,
Did I get
do know-
mono when I did a bust down? I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, Dave.
Dave's just making shit up over
I do
here.
know when you build steps, you're only allowed 3/8 of an inch variance.
Yeah.
Well, that's because it totally fucks you up if your steps are different.
Yeah.
I mean, Ryan's not wrong there. When have you guys ever gone down like old steps that are just fucking jankety? You got one that's like 2 feet wide, one that's like 3 inches, and you're gonna like
Especially if you
fucking
got
fall
a bad
down.
eye.
If you
Yeah,
wear-
exactly.
if you wear progressives, that's why a lot of people can't wear progressive lenses like I have, because
I have them.
you get
It's hard to adjust.
yeah,
to
takes
progressive.
a bit to get adjusted to it.
Yeah.
Is that
Hey, since
progressive
you-
in your glasses, Tony? You have progressive lenses in your glasses?
Yeah, dude, I got more focal points in these motherfuckers than you can count.
Are they like
When I first got
trifocal?
them, everybody was, I'm looking up, trying to figure out.
Trying
Tony-
to find the sweet spot.
Yeah,
Tony's
I'm gonna
got the
find-
magnifying part in the bottom, so when he looks down to take a piss, he's like, "Whoa!
Yeah, I was like, look at this, man.
Look what I'm working with
Look
now."
at this
Bruce
thing.
He was
6 inches.
lying to me. That's much bigger than she said.
Actually,
I didn't know-
I just found it better to find somebody with small hands.
Oh God.
Oh my god. Well, hey, since you brought up Sturgis, we should talk a little bit about that trip.
Yeah, sure.
And
What about it?
well, we're going to Sturgis, staying at the
Sturgis the first weekend in August, right?
First
5
weekend in
bikers.
August.
yep
5
Yeah.
bikers are going to be staying at the where are we staying, Dave?
Iron Horse Inn
Iron Horse Inn.
Yep.
And we
in Whitewood, South
Yep,
Dakota.
in Whitewood, South Dakota. We are going to be podcasting from the either the bar or the lobby. We don't quite know yet. We're going to figure out that setup later on this summer, but we will be there, and it sounds like it'll be Dave and I and Brittany for sure. I don't know if Dustin's still on the fence or not.
No, I'm not going to have the vacation to go.
All right,
Darn.
so it's going to be the three of us anyway, regardless, and so we'll be doing podcasts, lives, all kinds of stuff, and then taking in we'll be taking in essentially what Sturgis is about as much as we would like to do. I don't know if we're going to any concerts, but probably some bike shows downtown Sturgis. We're going to make sure Dave eats a turkey leg off the bone.
Get
you
some
know, all the-
coffee.
I don't do dark meat.
Listen,
Sorry.
So this
Nope,
weekend,
duck or legs or any of that stuff. But we are going to be going on the party bus. the free party bus shuttle between the Iron Horse Inn and Sturgis.
Yep. So we don't have to ride our bikes
So
or
we
find a
can
parking
drink
spot
responsibly
or whatever we want to do.
or
So
anything.
I was talking to a dude this weekend at a derby party, and he was planning a trip. He's driving. He's not on a motorcycle, but he was planning a trip to Colorado, and he was driving through Sturgis and all. He making like a big circle to see it all. And he specifically said he was staying at the Iron Horse Inn.
Really?
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
He was like, yeah, we're staying at the Iron Horse. You guys, I was like, really?
That's
Like,
cool.
huh. So
Well, we've got some people coming, right? Some of your guys are coming with you, Ryan. They're going to be at
Yep.
the Iron Horse, right?
Yep. So we
Sturgis?
have two or three of us that are going. So, yep. So Bob from my group, he hit up Andy, who runs Iron Horse, and she got him hooked up with a room and got all the reservations made. And so yeah, if you call and make your reservations, you're going to very likely be talking to an owner operator. Andy runs a show down there, and she's an amazing person. And they'll get you all set up. I can't confirm or deny whether or not they have rooms left for Sturgis. I do think the last time we talked to them, they may still have some rooms available during that time. But if you are a motorcyclist and you want to experience South Dakota and you're not down with Sturgis, South Dakota is a great place to ride. And the Iron Horse caters to motorcyclists because it's a motel that's specifically designed to have kind of the amenities for motorcyclists. So you'll be able to park your bike right outside of your room, and so you can see it. Open up the curtains. There's your bike. And there's still overhangs in between the areas where you park your bike, so that to keep your bikes free from rain and hail and all the things that may happen when you're out there.
Tumbleweeds.
And I'm here to tell you, because I've gone there 2 years in a row, that if you like good riding, it's some of the best riding in the country. Whether or not you go there during Sturgis, I would suggest going there outside of the actual event and ride it when the traffic and all of that is not too bad, because the riding is amazing.
But be ready for weather. I mean, that's one of the interesting things about the Iron Horse Inn, because I know when PJ and I went out, we stayed at that horribly overpriced Best Western, and this storm moved in out of nowhere one night. The winds were absolutely. I mean, I thought, shit, we need to go find rope and tie down the bikes, for a hot minute there. But it looks like they've got a really good setup.
Up there's no joke when it comes to weather. We listen to Ryan, and it's crazy.
It's the plains, man. There's nothing
to stop the weather.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
So
So tell me if this is true or not, Ryan, because I got a buddy that lives out, old Army buddy lives out in South Dakota, and I was complaining to him about these fucking winds that came out of nowhere.
Yep.
When we were riding across, and he was telling me the winds actually come up from the Gulf of Mexico.
Oh, I have no
That
idea.
jet stream goes up and just
So-
rips straight across the.
That sounds like a jet stream of bullshit.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kinda does. I don't know.
So we tend to get more north wind in the wintertime, which pulls the cold air down.
Yeah.
And in the summertime, we get more southerly winds that pull from the hot air up, actually. So that's a true statement. But with the way the plains are situated, you're always going to be getting a crosswind because of it. Because of if it's a south wind and you're going east-west across the state, it's going to be a crosswind. If it's a north wind, it's going to be a crosswind. So that's the kind of shitty thing about the winds here. So often they're crosswinds. And if you've ever ridden a motorcycle in a crosswind,
Fucking sucks.
yeah,
Yeah.
it fucks with you a little bit for sure. So you got to be on top of it, because you get by a semi and you'll slingshot past the semi, and then as soon as you get past the front of it, it's just like you get hit sideways. It'll shoot you across the lane. It'll hit you on the rumble strips. It'll put you in the ditch if you're not paying attention. So.
Yep, in a heartbeat.
Yes. Are we wrapping up, or you guys want to do some Discord?
Dustin's got one thing.
I got one more thing. Brittany, you were talking about demo rides earlier.
Yeah.
Most and a lot of Harley Davidson dealerships are doing a test ride days starting May 12th through the 20th. So you can go down and test ride a bike.
Fuck.
You register when you get there. Harley Davidson will send you a free shirt.
Oh,
I
that's cool.
always
what?
miss the good stuff, dude.
You get a free shirt.
Yep. Harley will send
What
you
is
one.
it again? Say the dates again.
It's May 12th through the 20th. It's Harley Davidson test ride days.
Shit.
So every day that they're open, you can go in and test ride a new 22 or 23. You'll register there. You can also register to win a 2023 Road Glide.
Does that include test
And then-
riding the RG3?
Yes, that's a 23.
And
so
then
yes, if it's
you're going to
new.
get 15 phone calls and 85 text messages and a few emails from the salesman.
Give them the wrong
Maybe.
phone number, dude. Don't you know that game
Oh.
yet? You give them Brittany's phone number. She gets
them
all the
Brittany's
text.
phone number.
Jesus.
Everyone give a breath. I'm going to start texting everybody I know.
That's right.
Yeah.
Here's
Here's the
God
number.
damn it.
take
I
this
don't want
down.
I live in
to
Brittany's
Lexington.
number is 555-4343.
I know it's a Lexington number. I ride in.
All right, everybody. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Five Dirty Bikers podcast. Even though it's going to be past the point when this podcast goes live, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. And we'll
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy mother.
Happy
Boy, we all
Mother's
seem
Day.
very enthusiastic with that one.
Yep.
I'm just waiting for the Day of Kings. Father's Day. It's the Day of Kings.
What do you got planned?
Huh?
What do you got planned?
Nothing.
Nothing,
Good.
dude.
That's what I got planned too.
Nothing.
All right, everybody. We're out of here.